Have you ever found yourself believing something you saw online, only to find out later it was completely false? Or maybe you've been in an argument where you knew the other person was wrong, but you couldn't quite explain why. Or perhaps you've made a decision you later regretted because you didn't think it through. If any of this sounds familiar, you are not alone. We live in a world that is constantly throwing information at us. News, social media, advertisements, opinions from friends, advice from family, it never stops. And here's the problem: nobody ever taught us how to think. We were taught what to think. We were taught facts, dates, formulas, and theories. But we were rarely taught how to evaluate those facts, question those theories, or decide what to believe. That skill, the skill of thinking clearly and making good decisions, is called critical thinking. Now, I know that phrase sounds big and scary. It sounds like something only philosophers and scientists do. But I want to tell you something important. Critical thinking is not complicated. It is a set of simple habits that anyone can learn. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 practical tips to improve your critical thinking. These are not abstract ideas. These are tools you can use today, in your conversations, in your decisions, and in your life. Kindly like and subscribe for more videos. Let's get into it. Tip 1. Ask better questions. Tip number 1. Ask better questions. Most people go through life accepting information like a sponge. They hear something, they believe it. They read something, they share it. They never stop to ask the simple question: is this true? Critical thinking starts with curiosity. It starts with the willingness to ask questions. Now, there are 3 magic questions you can ask in almost any situation. I call them the 3-question filter. Question 1. Who is saying this? Who is the source? Are they an expert? Do they have a bias? Do they stand to gain something if I believe them? A company telling you their product is amazing is very different from an independent reviewer. Question 2. What evidence supports this? Is this just an opinion, or is there proof? Where did the information come from? Is there data? Can I verify it myself? If someone says, studies show, ask yourself, what studies? Who did them? Question 3. Am I missing something? What is the other side of the story? Is there information being left out? Every argument has 2 sides. If you only hear one, you are not thinking critically. Here's a simple practice. For the next week, whenever you see a bold claim online or hear someone say something that sounds extreme, pause. Just take 3 seconds and ask one of these questions. You will be amazed at how often you start seeing holes in arguments that you used to just accept. Tip 2. Understand your biases. Tip number 2. Understand your own biases. This is one of the hardest tips, but also one of the most important. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain is not neutral. Your brain has something called confirmation bias. This means your brain loves to find information that agrees with what you already believe, and it ignores information that disagrees. Let me give you an example. Imagine you believe that a certain political party is bad. If you see a news story about that party doing something wrong, you will believe it immediately. But if you see a story about them doing something good, you will say, oh, that's just propaganda. The information didn't change. You changed. You filtered it through your bias. Another common bias is emotional reasoning. When we feel strongly about something, we assume it must be true. If we are angry at someone, we believe they meant to hurt us. If we are scared of something, we believe it is dangerous. But feelings are not facts. So, how do we fix this? You don't eliminate biases, you can't. But you can become aware of them. Here is the practice. When you have a strong opinion about something, pause and ask yourself, what would I think if I believed the opposite? Try to argue against yourself. Try to find evidence that you might be wrong. This is uncomfortable, but it is the mark of a truly intelligent mind. The smartest people in the world are not the ones who are never wrong. They are the ones who are quick to admit when they are wrong, because they understand that being wrong is just a step toward being right. Tip 3. Separate facts from opinions. Tip number 3. Separate facts from opinions. In our daily conversations, we mix these up all the time. And this confusion is the root of so many arguments and bad decisions. Let's be clear about what these words mean. A fact is something that can be proven true or false. It doesn't depend on how you feel. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at sea level, that is a fact. It is raining outside, that is a fact. We can check it. An opinion is a belief, a feeling, or a judgment. It cannot be proven true or false. This movie is boring. That is an opinion. Pizza is the best food. That is an opinion. You might love pizza, but that doesn't make it a fact. Here is where critical thinking breaks down. We treat opinions like facts, and we treat facts like opinions. If someone says, that politician is terrible, that is an opinion. But we argue about it like it's a fact. If a scientist says, climate change is real, that is a fact backed by evidence. But people treat it like an opinion they can choose to ignore. Here is your practice. For one day, listen to conversations and notice when people state opinions as facts. And notice when you do it yourself. Train yourself to say, in my opinion, or, the evidence suggests. These small shifts in language will make your thinking much clearer. When you can clearly see the difference between what is proven and what is believed, you become much harder to manipulate. Tip 4. Slow down. Tip number 4. Slow down. This sounds too simple, but it might be the most powerful tip I give you today. We live in a fast world. Social media feeds scroll in milliseconds. News alerts pop up constantly. We are expected to have opinions on everything instantly. And our brains are not designed for this speed. When we are rushed, we rely on System 1 thinking. That is the fast, automatic, emotional part of our brain. It is great for survival. If a car is coming at you, you don't want to think slowly. You want to jump. But for complex decisions, for evaluating information, for making good choices, we need System 2 thinking. That is the slow, deliberate, logical part of our brain. The problem is, System 2 is lazy. It only wakes up when we force it to. Here is a simple rule I use. Don't decide in the moment. If someone asks you a difficult question, don't answer immediately. Say, let me think about that. If you see a headline that makes you angry, don't share it. Wait an hour. If you are about to make an important decision, sleep on it. Pause. Take a breath. Give your slow brain time to catch up with your fast emotions. The smartest people I know are not the ones with the quickest answers. They are the ones who take their time. They understand that a decision made slowly is often the right decision, while a decision made in panic is often the wrong one. Slowing down gives you space to ask your questions, notice your biases, and separate facts from feelings. It is the foundation of all critical thinking. Tip 5. Seek discomfort. Tip number 5. Seek discomfort. This is the tip that separates average thinkers from exceptional thinkers. Most people surround themselves with people who agree with them. They read news that confirms what they already believe. They watch videos that make them feel comfortable. They stay inside their bubble. And inside that bubble, their thinking never grows. It just gets repeated. If you want to think critically, you have to be willing to leave your bubble. You have to seek out ideas that challenge you. You have to read books by people you disagree with. You have to have conversations with people who hold different views. Now, I am not saying you have to change your mind. I am saying you have to test your mind. If your beliefs are true and strong, they will survive being challenged. In fact, they will get stronger. But if you are afraid to have your beliefs challenged, that is a sign that you might not actually believe them. You are just clinging to them because they feel safe. Here is your practice. Once a week, consume something that challenges your worldview. Read an article from a source you normally avoid. Have a respectful conversation with someone who disagrees with you. Ask them, why do you believe that? And actually listen. This is uncomfortable. Your brain will resist. But this discomfort is the feeling of growth. It is the feeling of your thinking getting sharper. As the saying goes, if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. Find rooms where you are challenged. Find people who make you think harder. The conclusion, putting it all together. So let's quickly recap the 5 tips. Number 1. Ask better questions. Use the 3-question filter to dig deeper. Number 2. Understand your biases. Know that your brain wants to be right, not truthful. Number 3. Separate facts from opinions. Know the difference between what can be proven and what is just believed. Number 4. Slow down. Give your slow brain time to catch up with your fast emotions. Number 5. Seek discomfort. Surround yourself with ideas that challenge you. These 5 habits are not complicated. They don't require a degree or a high IQ. They just require intention. They require you to pause, to question, and to be honest with yourself. Critical thinking is not about being the smartest person in the room. It is about being the most curious. It is about being willing to say, I don't know, and then going to find out. It is about being willing to change your mind when the evidence shows you something new. In a world full of noise, critical thinking is your shield. It protects you from manipulation. It helps you make better decisions. And it allows you to build a life based on truth, not just on what you were told to believe. If you found this video helpful, I want you to do something for me. In the comments below, share one tip you are going to try this week. Write it down, commit to it, and if you want to keep building your thinking skills, hit that subscribe button. I make videos like this to help you think clearer, live better, and become the sharpest version of yourself. Thank you for watching.